Horror films have never really been my thing. They just haven't for some reason. Jumping from a jump scare, that's just reflexes. Now, I don't mind suspense, I don't mind thrills, I don't mind horror. However, though, there are just some formulas that many horror films follow that I am just not a fan of, such as how information will only be revealed to the audience, but not the characters in the movie. For example, that scene in Armageddon where you saw that rocket fuel leak before the characters in the movie saw the rocket fuel leak. Yeah, I'm just me personally, that doesn't strike my fancy. I don't like it whenever a movie has to resort to that in order to inject suspense into the film. And yeah, this movie does do that. However, though, despite everything I just said, I am absolutely in love with this movie. As I said, not a fan of horror movies, but I still just can't get enough of this movie. I mean, like, is actors who are known for comedies going on to make horror movies that are fantastic going to be like a thing now? One thing that this film did very well is get the audience invested into these characters. You don't get to see like the day one events of everything unfolding. You get very little backstory. You see at the very beginning of the movie that it's day 89. They're already in it. They already have everything figured out. You're not just invested into this movie because of the characters, you're also invested into the movie because of the way that it is able to create a sense of thrill and fear and horror. Thrills are just so much more thrilling whenever there are characters involved that you actually care about. Yeah, this movie is not perfect. And I say that from a critical standpoint, not just a personal standpoint. There are some questionable choices that these characters make. There are a few details here and there which go unanswered. I didn't think that some of the CGI was really up to snuff. I think that they could have used a little bit bigger budgets, putting a little bit more detail into this and that here and there. Another personal critique that I have of the movie is that I wasn't a fan of the ending. Not going to spoil anything. I see what they tried to do, but I'm just not a fan of the execution. While it is true that you could nitpick this film, I guarantee you that it's nothing that's going to get in the way of your enjoyment of this movie. This movie gets an A minus. This whole time, I haven't even said the name of the movie in this review. A Quiet Place gets an A minus. No, it's not perfect, but it's definitely something I recommend you watch at least once. Optimally in a movie theater with surround sound, with a large group of people. Man, I usually try to go to movies whenever the theater is empty. But I really wish I would have seen this movie with a large packed theater. That would have been. Not very many movies can you say that they would be more entertaining with the more people you watch with it. I mean, you're gonna. Hopefully, I don't need to explain why. Not perfect, but very, very entertaining. This is a movie I'm going to be remembering for the rest of my life.